What's up again, everybody? I'm Clayton. Welcome back to Ages of Film. And today I'm going to be ranking my top 10 favorite actresses of all time. This is part 2 of a trilogy that we're doing of top 10 favorites. So a group of YouTubers, Bryan Lomax, Jack Petrie, and Jason from Backtrack Cinema, and myself are doing a collab series together. So part 1 was our top 10 favorite directors of all time. You guys can go check out that video in the archives. This is part 2, which is, of course, top 10 favorite actresses of all time. And then part 3 will come next month, and that will be top 10 favorite actors of all time. So we're all dropping our videos today, all within about an hour apart from each other. So when you're done here, if you haven't checked out their videos yet, go check them out. Give them a like, give them a sub. They're great dudes. You'll love their content, and let them know how wrong their lists are, because there's only one of these 4 videos that is correct, and it's mine, of course. So yeah, also let me know your ranking in the comment section. Who are your favorite actresses of all time? This is just my opinion, everybody. If I leave somebody off that you are a big fan of, it's okay. You don't have to hate me for the rest of eternity. We're all entitled to our opinions. These are just actresses that I personally would say are my 10 favorite, not the 10 best. Okay. If I was ranking these based on who is the best actress of all time, this list would look very, very different. There would be people on this list that are not on this list. There are ladies on this list that would not be on that list if I was ranking best actresses of all time. All right. So this is not best. This is favorite. All right. So that out of the way, we're going to go worst to best. Here we go. So coming in at number 10 at the bottom, I have Emma Stone. All right. I am a big fan of Emma Stone. I like her in basically everything I've seen her in. There's maybe been 1 or 2 movies where I wasn't overly fond of what she was doing, really, but by and large, I really like Emma Stone. I think she has a very warm kind of personality to her. That always kind of just makes me invest with her as a character. I think she's very talented. She's very pretty, and I like her body of work. From whether it's Superbad, or Birdman, La La Land, Zombieland. She's I think there's certain actors where you can just watch them in anything and just enjoy their on-screen presence. And for me, that's Emma Stone. I enjoy her on-screen presence. I like seeing her in show up in films. She enhances that viewing experience for me. So Emma Stone, cracking the top 10, sliding in right there at the 10th slot. Coming in at number 9, I have Charlize Theron. Pretty well-known actress. I think a lot of people like her. Maybe there's people out there that really don't like Theron. I don't know. From most people that I hear talk about Theron, it seems to be in a positive light, in a positive way. People seem to really like her, and understandably so. I think she's a very talented actress. When I think the film for me that really sold me on Theron was Monster. If you haven't seen Monster, I think it's one of, if not her best performance. And if you want to see her acting talent at, top tier, I would recommend Monster. It's based on a true story, a real life person. And yeah, I think what Theron gives in that film is very genuine. It's very believable. It's very accurate, and it's very it's an actor's type of performance, and she certainly flexes in in that film, flexes her acting talent, and I think she's a very good actor. So I always enjoy seeing what she does in a movie, what she brings to her characters. I think one thing that I like with Charlize is that she always seems to, and I would love to have a conversation with her about how she approaches her characters, but she seems to always approach her characters in a very genuine way, and I admire that about her. I like that about her, and she does different roles. She's not someone that just does the same type of character, plays the same type of character in every film. She branches out. She will tackle anything, and that's again something that I really admire about Theron. So, Charlize Theron, number 9. Great actress, a lot of talent. Devil's Advocate, another film that comes to my mind when I think of Theron. Obviously, Snow White and the Huntsman, and plenty of others. She's put in good body of work, and big fan of Charlize Theron. Coming in at number 8, we have Rosario Dawson, a young lady that again, she has one of those personalities that, for whatever reason, beguiles me to what she's doing. I just find, I think I love her wit. I think she's very quick-witted. I think that when her delivery comes across is very genuine. I feel like it's really her speaking those lines. She never feels to me like she's reading a script or like she's just saying lines off a monitor. She knows how to deliver lines in a way that makes me feel like she's really speaking. And I enjoy that. I like her wit. I like seeing her in different things. I loved what she did in the Daredevil TV show. I really liked her in Death Proof, Tarantino movie. I liked her in Unstoppable with Denzel Washington and Chris Pine. There's a number of performances that she's done that have just really entertained me. And again, she's not going to be up there with likes of Meryl Streep, when it comes to greatest actresses to ever do it. But she's one of my favorites for the reasons that I've kind of already touched and mentioned about how her delivery is always feels genuine, and she just has a very entertaining and engaging personality and I think she has a lot of charisma, and she always just kind of pulls me into what she's doing, and I enjoy watching her. Very, very pretty, very beautiful lady, and she is number 8 for me. Coming in at number 7, we have Natalie Portman. Yes, another very famous actress out there. A lot of people love her. There are some people that I've heard that aren't really big fans of Natalie Portman. It kind of puzzles me. I think she's a very talented actress, but she's also done a lot of films that I'm just big fan of. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so and she happens to be in my favorite Star Wars film of all time. And yeah, she plays a big part in the Star Wars saga, playing Padme, who would be the mother of Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia. Very good performances in those movies, but even outside of that, you look at what she did in Black Swan, very impressive. You look at Annihilation and what she did there. She's there's so many other films that she's done that you could point to, and just she knows how to pick very interesting films, interesting roles that make you think about things. But I think she has kind of a vulnerability about her that I enjoy seeing. So I think her selection of films, and a lot of them being movies that I like quite a bit. On top of, her performance, make her one of my favorite actresses of all time. So yeah, Natalie Portman would be number 7 on my list. Coming in at number 6, we have Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway, another just brilliant actress, very pretty, always, easy to look at for me. But she I think is, as far as if we're just going on pure acting talent, she would probably be, she would be up there. She would be on that list for me if I was ranking best actresses. She would certainly be on there. I think she's a very talented actor. Has done a number of films that I really enjoy, really like. I thought her performance in Les Miserables was very, just very moving, heartwarming, and very, just very touching. I thought she gave a brilliant performance, in that movie. What she did in Interstellar, I thought was just incredible. I think her performance there gets underrated. I believed that she was a scientist, this, astronaut person character, very believable in that. Just certain nuances that she had in her performance made it very believable. And also, there are certainly scenes in Interstellar, again, partly due to Nolan's directing, but also a large part of it is on Hathaway's performance in the way that she delivers her lines. And again, that vulnerability makes just for great acting and great scenes. And then, there's just been a ton of films that I've seen her in where I don't think I would have liked the film as much had you substituted Anne Hathaway out and put someone else in there. I don't know that my subjective experience would be as high in certain movies that I've seen with her without her in it. So, yeah, I like Anne Hathaway quite a bit. Very talented actor, and has put in, again, just great work. So, yeah, she's number 6 for me. Coming in at number 5. At number 5, I have Nicole Kidman. I am a big fan of Nicole Kidman, and she's an actress where the more I see of her, the more I like her. Especially over the past few years, I've really been impressed with Nicole Kidman and what I've seen her in. And I've had an urge to watch more of her films the past few years, which speaks to her talent and speaks to just, again, that subjective entertainment that she brings to her roles. There's been a number of films of her that I really liked, from Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick film, to The Others. You got Days of Thunder, you got The Northman. I think Rabbit Hole is one of her best performances. She was brilliant in that. And Far and Away, she's a very brilliant actress, and I love her charisma, her on-screen presence that she brings. I think she's one of few actresses. Charlize Theron is another one I can think of on this list that can do this. But Nicole Kidman is one of few actresses that can actually really go dark. And, when she has to flip a switch and make me believe that she is, a dark character with a dark side to her, I believe it. And she can pull that off, in my opinion. When the few roles I've seen her in where she's had to go there, it comes across very genuine. I believe it. I think, but she also at the same time has this vulnerability about her. that just makes me gravitate to her performance and what she's doing. I love her as an actress. I love what she brings to the screen. So Nicole Kidman would be number 5 for me. Coming in at number 4, and I was considering not including this person at all, just to piss Bryan off. But then I kind of stepped back and I thought, is it really worth all the backlash that I would be getting from Bryan? I went ahead and just included her in it, Look, number 4 for me is Amy Adams. I am a big fan of Amy Adams. I think she's a brilliant actress. There's been so many movies of her that I have loved. So many performances from her that have really stuck with me, stayed with me. I think she's very talented. One of my favorite performances from Amy Adams is in The Fighter. I think what she does in The Fighter is just amazing. She goes somewhere in The Fighter and just gives such a raw performance that in my opinion, was Oscar-worthy performance in that movie and what she did. So, yeah, I loved her in Hillbilly Elegy. I've loved her obviously in the Snyderverse of DC as Lois Lane. I loved her in Arrival. I thought she was brilliant in Arrival. One of my favorite parts of that movie. I even liked, I liked her in American Hustle. I think she was brilliant in that film. She's a very talented actor. And again, is a daring actress. She's someone that she's not afraid to tackle a challenging role, and believe in it, and that's something that I always respect with actors when, they don't necessarily do the same thing over and over and over and over again. But they like to challenge themselves and take kind of these daring roles. And I think Amy Adams has done that throughout her career. And I think she's, just a brilliant actress and seems like a very lovely woman as well. So Amy Adams is number 4. You can, relax now, Bryan. Yeah, there you go. Number 3 for me, I'm going with Cate Blanchett. I love Cate Blanchett. I think she is an incredible actress. She's another one on this list that would be on the list of the 10 best actresses of all time. She would absolutely be on that list. I think she is she is one of the actresses that I watch for her performance, for her talent, to see what she's doing. I'm always thoroughly impressed with Cate Blanchett and what she does. She's doing so much in her performance that I feel like a lot of people don't pick up on certain things, whether it's her always a different vocal pattern in her voice, different pitch, a different rhythm to it, or whether it's certain postures and the way that she moves her body, the way that she looks. She's someone that she will undergo a physical transformation. She will undergo a vocal transformation, and she is someone that plays the part genuinely, authentically, believably. She brings it all together, and I'm a big fan of Cate Blanchett and what I've seen her in. She's even played a male person, a real life man, Bob Dylan, in I'm Not There. If you haven't seen I'm Not There, check it out. If nothing else, just for the performances in it. You got Christian Bale, you got the late great Heath Ledger, R.I.P. You get Cate Blanchett. playing Bob Dylan, and she's believable, man. She's arguably one of the best performances of Bob Dylan in that movie, of amongst other big time, actors. That's how good of an actress Cate Blanchett is, and then you watch her in something like Lord of the Rings, and you're just like, I mean, that's just such a completely different character, and yet she makes it so believable in that role. And then she'll tackle something in the MCU like Thor Ragnarok, where she plays Hela, and again, complete 180 from what she's done in other films, and makes it so believable. She is such a talented actress, man. Tar, which just came out a few years ago. I know she was nominated for the Oscar in that one. I can't remember if she won or not. I don't think she did. She should have, because what she did in Tar was just incredible. She's one of those actresses that makes me buy everything that she's doing in her performance. And yeah, just incredibly talented, big fan of hers. And she's one that, if you tell me, hey, Cate Blanchett is in this movie, I'll watch it. I don't even really care what it's about. If you tell me Cate Blanchett is in it, I'm down to watch it, just to see what she's doing and to watch great acting talent on display. So Cate Blanchett, number 3 for me. Coming in at number 2, we have Sally Field. I'm a big fan of Sally Field, man. I love this woman. She has just, man, she's moved me in so many films that I've seen her in, whether it's playing the mom to Forrest Gump, or whether it's what she did in Mrs. Doubtfire, playing across another late, great Robin Williams, R.I.P., and, what she did there, or what she did in Smoking the Bandit, or even a movie like Punchline, where she has to, she's carrying that film quite a bit. She's got help from obviously Tom Hanks. John Goodman is in that movie, but a lot of it is Sally Field, and a very different character than what she's played. And she still moves me in a role like that, and then when you watch her in something like, oh man, what was it called? A movie from the 80s, something from the Heart. John Malkovich is in it. Danny Glover is in it. I think she won an Oscar for the film. Something from the Heart, Places from the Heart, I think, is what it's called. Brilliant performance, man. Sally Field has a way. A lot of it is in her facial gestures and what she's doing with her face and with her eyes, that just moves me. It moves me. What she did in Lincoln across Daniel Day-Lewis, just moving, man. And I've always loved Sally Field in almost everything I've seen her in. And yeah, obviously very talented. And as far as just that emotional effect that an actor can have on you, Sally Field has been able to move me in so many different films I've seen her in, that she has that factor. And yeah, I love her for it. So Sally Field is number 2 for me. But coming in at number 1, my favorite actress of all time would be, drumroll, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, I love Scarlett Johansson. I love Scarlett Johansson. But look, part of this, I ain't gonna lie to you guys, she's a very beautiful woman. All right, so that plays part of it, I guess, if I'm being transparent with you guys. But also, I think she's a very great actress, and I think that she does a lot through her eyes. I always say never underestimate the eyes when it comes to acting. I think that Scarlett Johansson is one of the best actresses of acting through her eyes. And almost every time I've seen her in a movie, there's so much going on in her eyes, so much under the surface that it always just leaves me wondering, like what's going on in there? What's she thinking about? What's she gonna do? What's she gonna say? And it's this kind of subtlety that she brings to her character. She's an actress that very, very seldomly does she go large in her performance. More often than not, she brings this subtlety to her character. I think she's a master of subtlety, but she says so much through it. And I love, to me, it's easy. It's much easier as an actor to go large and to be entertaining. It's rather difficult to play a role with subtlety and still stick out, still be memorable in what you're doing. And Scarlett Johansson is one that has more often than not played her roles with a sense of subtlety, but so much conviction in there, and so many layers in her performance. If you watch her in Under the Skin, and what she's doing, I think that's one of her best roles, honestly. The film itself is whatever to me, but her performance, incredible, man. I think she's brilliant in that film. Lost in Translation, what she's doing, she steals that movie. I'm sorry, I love Bill Murray as much as the next guy, but to me, Scarlett Johansson steals that movie. All right, she's incredible in that film. What she did in Lucy, what she obviously, most people probably know her for the Avenger movies, playing Black Widow. But I mean, there's been so many other movies that she's done, where again, The Prestige, she was great in The Prestige. We Bought a Zoo, she stole that movie, in my opinion. She's one that, even if she's just brought in for a smaller type of role, she stands out through her performance. And again, a lot of it is in her eyes and what she's doing there. So, and again, she's a very pretty lady. And yeah, so there you go. Scarlett Johansson would be my favorite actress of all time. Not saying she's the best, I think most people would say that's Meryl Streep. I know other people, honestly, there's a number of actresses that would be in that conversation for best actress of all time. I'm not even saying Meryl Streep is the best actress of all time. I think a lot of people would say that. But yeah, again, this is favorite actresses of all time, and Scarlett Johansson is my favorite. So there you go, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Who's your favorite actress of all time? Go check out the other guys' videos and give them a like and a sub. And stay tuned for part 3 of the top 10 trilogy, when we rank our top 10 favorite actors. Until next time, you freaks, kick it and rock on.